Yeah.
Yeah.
Where do you think that mindset like comes from? Like, have you always felt that way, or is that just? Oh, oh, you're back. I lost you. Where do you think that
No, no.
mindset
So,
or that approach comes from?
um, where does that mindset and approach come from? Just kind of seeing all this stuff. Like, um, I went to Dinkytown and I had some headphones on and I had my phone on with the little adapter on it. And I was going around asking people, hey, do you want to listen to the song real quick? Like, listen to the song and see what you like about it, and I'll leave you alone. People walked past me, didn't care anything about it, didn't even want to listen to it. And what I walked into two creatives, and they were straight away, yeah, bro, let's listen, let's listen. So like things like that is what I mean. But you'll go to the club and you'll go party and listen. You'll go to Lil Baby's concert, Lil Uzi, all these other people, and some underground artists I don't even know. But you're not even from here, and people go to these places and or they sell out the venues and stuff like that. And there's no Minnesota artists that are selling out the shows. There's no audience that is willing to come to the shows because why? They don't trust Minnesota music. So they don't want to get in tune with what we're doing and everything like that. And that's why I feel like, wow, okay, how about we go against the grain here and we make you love us, you know? Like that's if we're gonna be from here, we need to be lit from here. Not just, oh, y'all from Minneapolis. That shit pisses me off. When people say Minneapolis, like that's the slightest things, right? And it's like nobody's really buying into it and everybody's just cool with us getting shit on. So that's another reason why I'm like, wow, I'm gonna live here and be in this state where, you know, we're different from other states, right? We're I feel like this is more of like you go to a small school and everybody knows each other. Like that's kind of how it feels here, but like as a community and everything like that, uh, we have nothing to show for what we do, but we have athletes that are 5-star athletes. We have athletes in wrestling that are world champions. We have Prince that came here. We have
Chat.
Adrian Peterson broke his record almost on this rushing yard thing. We have so many things. 5-star athlete in basketball and baseball. He went to the league. We got Trey Lance. He went to the league. All these things are going on, but what are we missing? Minnesota music. And without creatives, you ain't got shit. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't have anything if we don't have creatives. We just have these individual people that popped off. But all these people that went to the league, even everywhere, nobody says anything about Minnesota, but we are doing the most. Like we are doing so much. Like I feel like people need to be more proud of where they're from because we look at Minnesota. Even citizens of Minnesota say, "Yeah, we live in Minnesota. It's boring and cold out here." No, it's not. It's hot and lit.
It's hot and lit.
You know what I mean?
That's
So
just a lie that they tell you so you don't come here. That's what it is.
yeah, bro. So
No, I know when I moved away for a bit, I had gone to school in Wisconsin, and I'd be so offended when people say that I was from Wisconsin. I'm like, no, 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 no. I'm not from Wisconsin. I'm
uh-uh.
from Minnesota. Don't get it
Not what you
twisted.
got.
I don't
Yeah,
care if
yeah.
they're touching. It's separate. It's so separate. It's
Exactly. We are different. So yeah, I feel like Wisconsin kind of jumps on our backs, kind of lets us carry them. You know,
yeah.
Lambo leaps on our back and says, "Hey, we're your cousin."
Yeah.
You're not. No, I'm kidding. Let me not say nothing about Wisconsin. They're dope. They're dope.
There's some cool creative stuff coming up though. I don't know. Since I've been back, I've noticed like I mean, Water Wave is super cool. Create Capital. Actually, how I discovered you was I saw you were on their podcast, and I was like, "Oh, that's awesome!" Like a Minnesota
Yeah,
artist.
dude.
Sure.
Create Capital, they're lit. I like, Waterwave's cool. I like what they have going on. They're pretty dope. Um, Live on Lake Street, they're pretty dope too. We have a lot of things. These
Might
platforms
might have
need to
lost.
put Minnesota on.
Oh, oh, I lost you for a bit. I mean,
Yeah, these platforms need
oh,
to put Minnesota on.
you're back now.
That's, yep. You hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you
Okay.
now. Yeah.
I feel like God's like, don't say that. these, these these platforms need to put Minnesota on. Even more
Yeah.
than they are. They have so much traction and so much motion that they need to put Minnesota on and not just some regular shit. Like actually put us on. Like uh, uh, that's for the businessmen to decide, what they want to do, but do more. Do more. And that goes for every podcast, every big thing, going on and everything like that. Because Newborn City, when we get on, all our talk is about Minnesota. And it's going to be, Minnesota is lit, and we're in Minneapolis, Minnesota. This is what we do out here. This is where it's lit at. And eventually, I feel like other states are going to start putting their eyes and ears on Minnesota. And they're going to be like, okay, you guys are lit out here. Maybe we should just take a trip out there to see what's popping. Next thing you know, oh shit, we went out to Minnesota. It's lit out there, They slide out there. That's what they say. So they come out here, and I really want them to have a good time. And there's gonna be the smaller names to the bigger names, and every time they come out, the performers in Minnesota, they come out here, or these celebrities come from out of town, and they always say Minnesota is the littest performance I've had on my tour. All that shit. But what are we doing? Sitting here like, yo, hey, we're artists too, guys. If you guys want to turn up for us, So, yeah, that's
Yeah.
how. I don't know if that answered the question, but
No, that definitely answered the question. I just saw a quote like the Timberwolves were playing, and I guess they were on national TV. Obviously, they're usually on national TV, but Stephen A. Smith came out to broadcast the game, and he was saying how like he was just surprised at like the city and the fun that Minnesota is.
Yeah.
Which you know about Stephen A. Smith. You have that song.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Stephen A. Smith. Yeah. Yeah, he didn't get mad. Yep. He's funny. But yeah, bro, Minnesota, we got what it takes in the music. Like, that's the one thing. We got everything else, like, get the music lit. Once the music gets lit, that's when people start looking at Minnesota. Once the creativity gets lit, that's when they're going to start looking at Minnesota. Because music right now is the hottest thing in the entire nation right now. They look at music. Like, some people look at the sports. That obviously there's the Super Bowl and everything like that. But sold out shows and this and that, and you know what I'm saying? People are really diving into music. If music wasn't in any of these sports channels and these commercials, and there was no music, it would be boring. Everything would be boring. Like, you know what I'm saying? Sound is the shit.
Yeah. You mentioned Newborn. Newborn, what is that?
Newborn City. That's my brand. That's our team. That's the LLC. So
Okay.
Newborn City is essentially Newborn City. It is what its name is. We want to make Minnesota a newborn city. So I ended up taking this whole, like, I have stickers and all this stuff on my headphones, and you know what I'm saying? So Newborn City is pretty much saying, okay, let's take this place and let's remodel this whole state, city, everything, from city, wherever city we go to, we want to make it a newborn city. We bring in a new vibe. We bring in a new, like, something that you've never seen before. Yeah. And I feel like we're 100% capable of doing that. Like, I'm confident that we can come in and change a vibe.
That's
So,
super cool. When did you start creating that company?
Newborn City. At first, it was this was something that I had in my own mind, and I wanted to have a team for so many years. It was like, dang, I wanted to have a team where it has artists on there. We have all of our production, everything is within Newborn City, even getting podcasts and stuff like that. And it also reminds me of Batman. Yeah, so, like, which is really dope. So
Yeah, I think it's cool. Yeah.
yeah. So that was something in my mind. I didn't think about Newborn City, but I was like, what's a cool, like, first to say, yeah, what's a cool abbreviation that, like, nobody's really, like, using? What's a cool abbreviation? And then at first it was I had some passion into it. Never been conquered, never been beaten, never been conquered. That was NBC. I was like, NBC is cool. Now what is it? Never been conquered. I ran with that for a few weeks, and then I was like, and then it was no, that was it. It was, and then Newborn City came to be, and I was like, okay, Newborn City. That is literally, like, what that's what I'm that dropped out of the air, like, yeah, Newborn City. And I looked it up to see if anybody was using it. Unused. I was like, okay, this is supposed to be something that I'm supposed to use, and I'm supposed to push this and really, spread this brand. So Yeah, Newborn City became something because I wanted a team, and then when I got a team, I say, hey, Newborn City, I would like you guys to join Newborn City, and I can explain to you everything. And I instilled in my team, and we all instilled it in each other later on. But this passion and the vision and what it should look like, and you know what I'm saying, what we're striving for. So
That's awesome. I think that makes your whole vision come to life, right? Because you're getting everyone to buy in. It's not just a label or a brand. It's like a goal-oriented vision where you're
mm-hmm.
trying
It's
to
a
bring something
vision,
to life
yeah.
in a time when, Minneapolis is going through a lot of changes. It was on the news for some not so great times, and
Yeah.
now there's new stuff, that people are trying to change and do new stuff
Yeah.
here, and like there's never been a better time to have like a new
A
perspective
refresher.
in the city. Yeah, refresh. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So glad that came to be what it is now. It's it's a slow moving process, but it's moving.
It's moving. It's moving. Yes.
Right. So yeah, that's Newborn City.
Yeah, that's